This is a reading video for Boku no Hero Academia, My Hero Academia, Season 3. 3. 3! Season 3, Episode 5. Click in the link in the description below to go watch my reaction, and then come back here to see my full thoughts, ideas, and theories about this episode, and what's to comment, all that kind of stuff, theories. So click away now. It'll be spoilers to what happened in this episode. Okay, so, we figured out more villains. Two of them, to be precise, that we didn't get to see previously. Because they were talking about on the cliff when they were like overwatching the camp like 2 episodes ago, or however many it was, 3 episodes maybe. They were saying how they're waiting for 2 people to arrive or whatever before starting the attack. One of which was the gas mask kid or whatever, and then the other is somebody who can he'll called twice, and he can almost like mimic a person to achieve something, right? Like that's we're not sure I'm not sure 100% on how it works, but it seems like he potentially makes a clay clone of the person he's thinking about touching, whatever, and they then have the mind and body of the person they cloned, and they go off and do a task or something like that. The one that we encountered, Racerhead, ended up breaking his arm and all that kind of stuff, but he got up and then turned back into clay, basically like soft clay, and then hardened and then crumbled, kind of thing. So that was pretty interesting. Also, the voice actor of Gray from Fairy Tail, and many other characters and throughout Funimation's catalog and stuff like that. He does a bunch of voices. Nothing main. I don't think he's ever done like a main character voice besides Fairy Tail. I can't remember actually. I feel like there's like maybe like 1 or 2 kind of main character slash second side character kind of roles that he does, but regardless, it was cool to see Tetsu go up against Gas Mask, basically, Mustard or whatever his name is. That was a cool fight, showing like pretty hardcore character development and everything like that towards him. That whole fight was really interesting because Mustard was basically saying like, don't they teach you anything, or don't they train you to do more than what your quirk does, like your one trick pony kind of thing. For him in general, his is hardening, so he has to get in close to actually use his hardening skills to fight. That kind of stuff. But Mustard had an entire like almost like the support class, kind of thing like that. He had a whole outfit dedicated to making sure that his quirk doesn't kill himself. So that's one thing that I can definitely see being a thing. Because like, one thing I was thinking about for certain powers were like it's one thing to create an element, whatever, like from your body, like for fire or ice or whatever like that. But it's another entirely to have your body damaged by the element. So, for instance, if you had a acid quirk, or something like that, like Mina, or stuff like that, like that. It's not just like your sweat, kind of thing. Because like if it's just like you're producing an element, or whatever, it would affect your body as well as other people around you, kind of thing. So like Mustard, for instance, he can summon the gas that comes out from him. Maybe that's his quirk. I was actually thinking about that now, because like he had a bunch of tanks and stuff in the back, but it could have been air, but it also could have been the gas. But I think it's his quirk, because like he was saying, he can sense people's movements in the fog, or in the gas, whatever. So that's his quirk. Anyways, he was saying how, or no, he's saying, I was saying how he could produce the gas, but he can still be affected by it, kind of thing. Tetsu realized that, and he punched the gas mask off of him, kind of thing. Also punching him really really hard to the point where he knocks out. But his gas mask is like the big telltale kind of thing. Like if you take it off, he can't breathe in his own gas. So you have to get the gas mask off in order to win, basically. That was a big thing. But he also brought a gun, so that way not only can he produce gas to off balance his enemies, um, he can also sense their movement in the fog, um, and use the gun or whatever to his advantage to actually point and shoot at the person coming through trying to be sneaky or whatever. Um, so that was pretty interesting to have that whole fight take place and everything. Um, but it was really smart on the one girl to actually discover like who it was, and whatever that, like the fog staying in one area, not spreading or like that, just one area. So you go to the center of it, and you'll find the guy producing it. Like when she started putting the pieces together in her head and everything, I put the pieces immediately. I was like, go to the middle, like there's somebody there. Because at first, when they first attacked, I thought the guy with the blue flames, I thought he did the gas. Because he was like touching a tree and it was like burning up and everything, and there was smoke around him. So I thought he was the one doing the gas kind of thing, because it looked like he was burning something to create the gas that then spread to the kids, basically. But that's obviously not the case. There's two people involved there. So it's gonna be interesting to see how Twice, the villain Twice, how he produces clones, um, how fast it is. Because if he can just like instantly create a clone of somebody, like it's gonna be really hard to fight against him. Um, if it's a gradual kind of thing, like he has to sit there and like make it, mold it kind of thing, and then give life to it, then I mean it gives us time to kind of fight him kind of thing. But it's going to be interesting for sure to have Eraserhead go up against most of these guys that we've fought so far. We haven't even seen the quirk of the schoolgirl, the villain schoolgirl who has the knife and everything. Not sure about her. She has the gas mask on. Some of the ones in the forest do, because they were immediately in the gas like kind of thing, so they had to get the gas mask so that way they didn't get affected by it kind of thing. But she has one now, but she can take it off because she didn't like it to begin with, or whatever. So I'm interested to see what her quirk is. Let's see. Yeah, we have her. We have the gas mask mustard guy. We have muscular, which is a silly name. Um, then we have the blue flame guy. We have okay, wait, yeah, schoolgirl, schoolboy, um, muscular, flame guy, Twice. Then we have the guy with like the object or whatever that's like in cloth, fighting with the big muscle pussycat guy. I can't remember his name. And then we have the lizard who has the whole knife fan thing, or whatever that Midoriya destroyed. Um, so that's pretty cool. Also, they did. Oh, he the lizard guy. He confirmed what one of my theories I was like thinking about was like, why aren't they going after Midoriya if they're working for you know um I can't remember his name either. Freaking the hand guy. Um, I can't remember his name now. Damn it. Him. He hates Midoriya kind of thing. So, because he like represents like All Might pretty much. So I thought the villains would go for him as like a target kind of thing, but they're ignoring him. Like they're like don't care about that and like Midoriya anymore, um, because the fact that um, Stain. Well, maybe it's just the lizard guy that has this mentality, but from what he said, he basically said like, don't do it, don't attack him, kill him, whatever, because Stain has given him a rite of passage because he approved of Midoriya. Um, so that's freaking interesting. I'm still wondering if Stain is alive or not. They haven't talked about him since the incident. To my knowledge, he passed out because it punctured like a lung or something like that, like one of his broken ribs. Um, I feel like he's still alive somewhere. If he would have died, I think would have been like a bigger scene. I think he's still alive. He's just under guard, pretty much. The villains might actually try to break him out at some point. The Vanguard, or whatever. The Vanguard's like this elite group of people here. There's 6 people. Maybe 6. Yeah, I was counting before. So, yeah, I think it's just 6. No, 7. Sorry, not 7. Yes, 7. Um, I think it's just the 7. Um, yeah, and part of the Vanguard kind of thing. Like that's the Elite 7 or whatever like that. Anyways, so we saw Tokiyami. That's his name, right? I always mess up his name. His name in particular, Bird guy. He, for some reason in my mind, always forget his name. Well, I don't forget it. It's just I always mix his name up. Um, I think it's Tokiyami. Bird guy. Regardless, Shadow friend. Him. Shadow friend is a bit mad right now, because of the shadows, the utter darkness. How it works is like the lighter the area is, the more control um, he has over um, dark shadow. So because there's no light, it's like he's in a dense forest. It's like it's covered like a canopy kind of thing, like utter darkness. He took it out to fight against a villain, and I think that's what like how it was, and it went down. Anyways, he took Dark Shadow out to fight against a villain, and ended up triggering Dark Shadow's uh, negative side, which was the whole point that he can't control it in complete darkness. So now Dark Shadow is literally fighting against him, like holding him, grasping him, holding him down, kind of thing. Like it's getting intense. Like so, the guy with the arms and 6 arms or whatever like that, the fanned arms or whatever like that. He had the encounter with one of the villains with the convict, one of the convict, like I think that was his name. Um, Something convict. Or convict something. Anyways, him, the guy with the teeth thing, whatever. He was up against him. Used one of his feelers to arms, whatever, to morph into a hand, to probably punch or fight him or whatever, dodge whatever, but the hand was ripped off from the attack, which that's what we saw the hand next to on the ground. I thought it was one of the students, kind of thing, like they lost the arm. They did, but it was him in particular because he can just grow arms like left and right and like heal them, whatever. So I'm hoping at some point he can get the arm back, like regrow it or whatever, because he does grow his limbs, but like cutting it off, like I don't know what that does to his arm, that arm in particular. So because I know he can do eyeballs, he can do ears, mouths, hands. Like you do anything you can do normally do, probably feet. So you do everything that you normally would do in a human body, basically. So I don't know what happens if you cut it off, though. I'm wondering if you can grow it back or get it healed back to health, kind of thing, back to place, so you can actually do everything again, or something. I don't know. But Doria, being a badass, getting the kid to safety and telling Eraserhead everything that he knows, and then rushing to the Pussycats to get them telepathy ability to everybody, telling them about Bakugo and the plan the villains have. Um, and the like basically just fight for yourself, like fight for survival, kind of thing. Like and then Eraserhead will take the blame for it if anything happens, because the villains are there to kill the kids. I'm guessing, or take some of them in control or something like that. But if they're following Stain's rules, they're gonna kill him, or plan to, anyways. So it's gonna be interesting to see what happens next for sure. Um, I'm expecting we're going to get some more fights with the lizard guy and the pussycats with the other guy, the other villain. Um, we're probably going to get a lot more fights with the fire guy. The fire villain, the blue flame guy. He's probably going to show up again because Twice is making another clone of him. Um, so we're probably going to see more of him kind of mess around with the heroes. Um, we're probably going to see the schoolgirl, her fight and everything, because we haven't seen her for like 2 episodes. Um, we saw her at the beginning when they first like attacked, kind of thing, but up until now it's been on hold. Basically, the whole fight has been just sitting there on hold. Like they're still on the standoff about like the schoolgirl with the knife out, and Uravity and Mina. I think it's Mina. Is it Mina? I think it's Uravity and Mina. They are Pinky. They're on a standoff between her, kind of thing. So I'm interested to see what happens there. Um, so far we have 2 villains down, so there's 5 left. 2 of them are working together. The others are working separately. Well, no, we have 2 groups of 2, because we have the lizard guy and the totem guy working together up against the pussycats, and then we have the blue flame guy and Twice working together to achieve something, and then we have the schoolgirl off fighting kids, basically. Um, so I'm really interested to see what Ravi does. Knowing that like the gloves are off, like just go at it. Like these people are gonna kill you otherwise, kind of thing. Like I'm interested to see what she and Pinky do in this case. So because we haven't seen them really fight. Well, we saw a Rowdy fight, but that was mostly just to gather up materials in the sky, so that way she can drop it on Bakuga. So I'm really interested to see her in an actual fight against villains, because previously she's never fought against villains. Um, she's been in the room with the villains when they're attacking, but she herself never really did anything a villain besides grab the shadow portal guy and make him levitate and toss him up in the sky. Like that's all she did during the uh, the All Might battle event or whatever like that in season 1. Um, season 2, she met, or she interfered in the hand villain, the guy with the hand on his face, interfered with his whole thing with talking to Midoriya, um, as well as what was the other thing? Yeah, because otherwise she wasn't there at the city with Stain or the abominations or what like that. Like she was off doing something on her own. Um, I mean, I know her training was one of the people who Gunhead, right? It was like his name's Gunhead. Um, got training from him to fight hand to hand and everything, because that's one thing that she wanted to do. She didn't want to be like a one trick pony like the one guy was suggesting in this episode. She wanted to be more than what she is, because she's like uses her quirk so often that she hasn't built up anything physically, kind of thing. So she wants to amplify her ability with her physical ability to make her attack stronger, or her attacking stronger, or whatever, her battle stronger, herself stronger. Um, so I'm excited to see what happens there. I think actually Pinky might not be. I think Pinky is in the school. schoolroom, because I think she was one of the ones that was. Yeah, I think she was the one that was like uh, sent for like extra credit, or not extra credit, but extra classes. Pretty sure. I'm trying to click through here real quick because I just want to see the scene with the schoolgirl again, because I want to see who's fighting her. This is all about this. Blood, 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 dark shadow, blah, 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 blah. Okay, so was it before this? I think it was before this. This is all like, how far back was it? Oh, it was really far back. Okay. Wait, where is it? Sorry, I'm just like, I can actually show you what I'm doing. That might be better if I just do that. 1 second. Pull this up here. Not Durarara. Oh god. What's happening? There we go. Episode 5. There we go. Okay, Jesus Christ. I was flipping through here. I think it's around here somewhere. It was like 2 frames, if that. Like, I doubt we're going to find it. Okay, yeah, Pinky. Yeah, Pinky's in this classroom. So crap. Was it Sue? Was it Sue in Gravity? Oh my god, I'm probably never gonna find it. Probably never gonna find it again. I feel like it was possibly Sue. It's gotta be Sue because she's not anywhere else. Like it's gotta be Sue. I think it's Sue. Anyways, we'll go back to it. Yeah, it's probably Sue. I always like look at Gravity and because like the scene was so short, I didn't look at everybody. Because I thought for a second it might have been Pinky, but I forgot that she had the extra classes, and then Sue we haven't seen yet. I don't think she has extra class. I'm pretty sure she doesn't have extra classes because yeah, she's a good hero. So or Froggy or what was her name again? Frog or I can't remember her superhero name. Let me look that up. Boku no Hero Academia. Sue. Yes. Hero name. What was her hero name again? Her hero name is, once this loads, where is it? Froppy. There we go. Froppy. Yeah, I think Froppy and Gravity are together. I feel that's like a more likely what it is. Like again, I'll probably just have to look back on like episode 3 or whatever, like when they actually showed them together, to actually remember who's with Gravity. But it is Gravity for sure. I just don't remember who's with her as well. I believe it's Sue though. Okay. Anyways, I enjoyed this episode. It was really good. Not as like epic and grandiose as like episode 4, obviously. But I had a lot of fun with it. It's really cool. I do feel hype for sure when it comes to Bakugo going up against the convict guy. Super hype against Gravity, like showing her power, like that, like against the schoolgirl. Also, what Midoriya might do next. I don't know where he's running to right now. That's the question. Like I know he's probably going back to the base, whatever the school, schoolroom, but I'm sure he's gonna get interrupted midway and have to either fight his way through, intervene, something. the schoolroom might be like target number one for the blue flame guy, because well, the people in there are like the people who are taking extra credit because they failed at like the exams or whatever, um, and other things. Um, so I'm not sure if anybody in that room is part of the target kind of thing, but because all the other targets are outside somewhere else kind of thing. So who knows? We'll see. Anyways, thanks so much for watching. Tune in next week for some more Boku no Hero Academia. I'm pumped for more. Cannot wait. Without further ado, as I buy time so that way I can actually click over here. There we go. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you next week for some more Mario